I'm 18 years old, and I've just started a company. And today, I'm going to prove you that it's not just a school project. So let's see how it goes. And this week is kinda insane, and I have 3 big events. First, a Zoom call with a charity to see if they'll partner with us. Second, an in-person meeting with another nonprofit, which is way more intimidating. And third, a dinner with my mentor and his mentor and 5 other founders who are probably 10 times even smarter than me. If you want to know what my company is doing, you can check our website or go back to the previous videos. Good morning! After waking up, I immediately realized that it was the most important day today. So don't look at me with that eyes. Hey, I'm talking to you. So I decided to hop onto the meeting 10 minutes before the original time. Actually, the worst part is in the meeting. It's waiting. And after they got in, I logged in and had my presentation perfectly. But it didn't go quite as planned. They actually liked the concept, and that is not the problem. The problem was reality. They get 600 to 700 partnership requests a year, and they deeply collaborate with only 1 or 2. So yeah, the odds? It's tiny. Then I asked about targeting. What age groups should we focus on? Something like that. And they said that even discussing can cross into privacy issues, and that is how sensitive this place is. And then came the hard numbers. Using their logo cost $10,000 each year, and using their name costs $1,000 per year. Because this isn't marketing, it's about children's rights. And their message was clear. Make the business concrete, define the donation numbers, and prove scalability. I didn't leave with a partnership, I left with a higher standard. And that's probably better, because we're not building a feel-good startup, but we need to make something that's going to survive. So let's go back to work. The next day, I was way too nervous, and on top of that, the train was delayed. So I did what an overly anxious founder would do. I left even earlier, and somehow I arrived at the station 1 hour before the meeting. 1 full hour. So I walked into a nearby cafe, ordered an iced tea, and sat down with my laptop, and started rehearsing the presentation. Anyways, it was time to go. But guess what? It worked so well! And here's me immediately after the meeting. Oh my god. I think you guys don't understand how happy I am right now. It works so well. It works so well. I think it's because I really care about helping people, and they really understand it, and they were so willing to help me through the process of my company, and I am so grateful for that. And wow. While editing this video, let me explain what I had on my presentations. There were 3 main points. First, I asked about their challenges. Not because I wanted data, but I wanted alignment. Because if we're going to work together, it has to mean something from the beginning. What can we realistically do for them and for the society? Not just attach a logo, but to create value. Second, I talked about the possibility of small-scale test. Because we're not a big company, we don't have unlimited capital, so we have to move carefully. Test small, validate, and then scale. And third, the long-term vision. If the small test works, could there be a future where we can build a real donation partnerships? Something sustainable and something scalable. And not a one-time campaign, but a system. And that's what I shared. It's not a pitch. More like a proposal for building something responsible. So tomorrow, it's the day. It's the day that I'm going to meet my mentor and some possible investors and some friends that are also entrepreneurs. And it's going to be a wild lunch tomorrow. I love when people are so motivated about their life and actually doing stuff. And talking with them makes me so happy, and tomorrow's that day, so I'm so willing to do it. So I guess it's time to go home right now and do some stuff. I am so motivated today. Okay, see ya. On the way back home, I don't just relax. I open my laptop and I send a thank you email I also summarized the key points from the meeting, what they said, what they questioned, what I need to fix. Because two things matter. First, gratitude. If someone gives you their time, especially at that level, you need to make sure that they feel it. Second, memory fades fast. If you don't write it down while it's fresh, you'll lose details. And in business, details are everything. So yeah, it's a small habit, but I highly recommend it. Day 3. Before the lunch, I wake up early and go to the gym. And I genuinely recommend this. There's research showing that when you are starting your day by doing something you don't feel like doing, your brain becomes more productive for the rest of the day. And it shifts your mental state. And instead of reacting to the day, you can take control of it. Also, when you train in the morning, your body wakes up properly. You're slightly physically fatigued, but mentally sharper. Your focus increases. And long-term, you're building strength at the same time. It's honestly one of the best habits of a founder can have, especially on important days. Because discipline in small things translates into confidence in big moments. If you're starting the gym, get a coach. Bad form, even without realizing it, can lead to serious injury. And when it gets hard, they push you past your limits safely. After the gym, I took the train. And I am here at Kyobashi, which is the next stop of Ginza, and it's quite a nice place. So I guess I'll go to the restaurant to eat some very good food and have great conversations. And I'll have a quick update after the lunch, so bye. You can actually tell that it's very good, even by the pictures, right? Quick update! I'm filming way later than that. I'm so sorry for that. But honestly, it was so incredible. Let me tell you one story. My mentor, who invited me, is someone who I only met for 2 hours at a summer school event. Just 2 hours. And we exchanged contacts. And somehow, 6 months later, he's been mentoring through Zoom and email, answering questions I didn't even know how to ask properly. And this lunch, he invited me. And if it wasn't him, I am not here. I genuinely wouldn't be here. So here's something I will really want to say. When you met someone who you think, oh, this person is completely different, protect that connection, follow up, and just stay in touch, add value. Your life can literally change because of one relationship. And that room was so unreal. And those were people who's actually driving the society. At one point, someone casually mentioned getting advice from a billionaire with a B. And there's like only 3,000 people in the world. And I was just sitting there listening, absorbing everything. And moments like this reminded me how much bigger the world is and how much higher I need to aim, and real lessons and real tips. But in the way, it's still entertaining. So if you want to grow with me, subscribe and hit the comments, and I'll be right there.